911 emergency, what are you reporting?
I just went away from home because I live in a family of 15, and my two little sisters right now are chained up.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 17.
When a 911 operator for Riverside County receives a strange call from what sounds like a very confused child, she has no idea of the horrors about to be revealed to her. In the very early morning hours of January 14, 2018, a home security camera in Paris, California captures what looks like a young child fleeing from what seems to be a typical suburban house. The child runs shakily down the driveway before picking up speed once hitting the sidewalk and disappearing from view. This is 17-year-old Jordan Turpin, and though she's been planning for this moment for almost 2 years, she still has no idea what she's about to do will change the course of her family's lives forever. Interestingly, another person, this one looking to be older, also emerges from the house and moves quickly down the street off camera, though in the complete opposite direction, only to return a few minutes later and re-enter the house. At the same time, Jordan makes it to a corner down the block where she stops beneath a stop sign and, with hands shaking violently, dials 911.
I just ran away from home.
Okay, do you know where you are?
I'm actually in California, Paris.
Do you know what street you're on?
No.
Do you see any signs or anything, like any street signs?
No, I don't.
The operator speaks with her for a minute before realizing this is a matter for the sheriff's department and asks Jordan to hold on 1 second while she transfers her. Jordan agrees and stands, panting in the darkness, full of adrenaline and fear that at any moment her parents will appear out of the shadows.
It's BHB with the transfer. She's not sure where she's at. She says that she's in Paris and she ran away from home.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Oh, yes, I'm still here.
What's your name?
Jordan Turpin.
The operator asks her to spell her last name, and Jordan tries, although she misspells it both times the operator asks.
Turpin. Do you need my address?
Yeah, what's your address?
Okay, you got to give me a minute. It's going to take a while.
Here, Jordan pauses, taking a couple of deep breaths before doing her best to provide an answer.
This is so heartbreaking. This poor child. You can hear, this girl is 17 years old. She sounds like a little girl, like she's 4 or 5 years old, talking to this dispatcher, trying to give some information. The fact that she spelled her own last name incorrectly. Oh my God. She almost sounds foreign in the way that she's talk. And she's been living in the United States her entire life, but she was completely sheltered from the rest of the world. My God.
Okay, this is my address. 9257. Okay, did you get that?
Case? Is it C-A-S-E?
Okay, sorry. I'm going to start over. My address is 925705574. Did you get it?
Okay, so now you just gave me a whole bunch of numbers. You didn't give me any kind of street name there.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you're just around the corner from your house. Is that right?
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure. I've never been out. I don't go out much, so I don't know anything about the streets or anything.
It's later revealed that Jordan has never been to school or received any kind of formal education whatsoever, so the fact she's able to offer anything at all is actually rather impressive. The operator asks Jordan a couple more questions about her location before getting to the heart of the matter.
Why did you leave your house?
What?
Why did you leave your house?
My two little sisters right now are chained up.
Where are they chained up at?
On their bed.
Then there are 15 kids?
There's 13 kids, and then a mother and father.
Are you at a corner right now?
I might be.
Is there a street sign? Is there a pole with two names at the top?
I just see a stop sign.
Okay, can you go over and stand right at that stop sign?
Yes.
Shortly thereafter, Deputy Anthony Colati.
Even if the girl was at a street sign, she probably wouldn't be able to read it, unfortunately.
And stand right at that stop sign?
Yes.
Shortly thereafter, Deputy Anthony Colaci, at the end of a long graveyard shift, pulls up to the curb, getting out to greet the small, disheveled figure standing alone in the darkness.
Hi, Jordan. Hi, what's going on?
Okay. I just ran away from home.
Okay.
And I live in a family of 15.
Okay.
Thank you so much. There's a mother and father, and then there's 13 kids. And
how old are the kids?
okay, some of them are like, okay, my older sister's 29, the youngest is 2.
And they all live in the house?
Yes.
Even your 29-year-old sister?
Yes. Oh, yeah, they're kind of scared to ask to move out because of their mother. Some of them have asked for a job before, and she acts like that's crazy and it would never happen. But my 2 little sisters right now chained up.
How old are they?
11 and 14. They're chained up because they stole mother's food. But okay, yeah. And do you want to know why they stole mother's food?
Why?
Okay. All we ever eat for like probably like 2 straight years or 3 or more, but we always eat the same things. But sometimes we do eat. I'm sorry if I talk too much. Okay. I've never talked to anybody out there, so I've never been alone with a person, so this is very hard for me to talk.
Despite Jordan's marked level of trepidation, she continues to divulge as much information as possible, though she clearly struggles to put it all into words. She picks up where she left off with the dispatcher during her 911 call in regards to Turpin family life and how little the children were fed.
I don't know much.
The fact that the mom and dad wouldn't allow the older kids to get jobs is because they know that if those girls and boys were out there in the real world, they will come across people that will spark ideas in their minds, and they will learn that what their parents are doing, keeping them hostage inside that house, is illegal. It's not right. And the people on the outside world will probably give them a helping hand so that all of those kids can escape, which is why the parents aren't allowing the older kids, which are really adults, to work.
About my mother, she doesn't like us. She doesn't spend time with us ever.
Who takes care of you?
I take care of myself, and mother doesn't.
Life and how little the children were fed.
I don't know much about my mother. She doesn't like us. She doesn't spend time with us ever.
Who takes care of you?
I take care of myself, and mother does buy food for us, so she feeds us. Okay. All we ever eat is peanut butter sandwiches. Sometimes they tell mother that they're hungry, but she has to give it to them. And then when they throw up, she says, "You're supposed to tell me if you're hungry, I'll give you something." And then they try to tell her, and she just like, "Okay, go on." So...
You've never been outside before?
Okay, I've been outside.
Do you go to school?
No. I haven't finished first grade.
Jordan, having been sheltered from the outside world, is painfully apparent when she concedes that she isn't familiar with the most basic of health-related terminology.
Okay, does anybody at the house take any kind of medication?
Oh, I don't know what medication is.
Any medicines?
When we have a cold, sometimes we take Robitussin. I don't know. We don't take medicine much when we're sick. Right, so...
How do your parents know you left your house?
No, they don't.
Do you take any medication?
What's medication?
Medication?
Yeah, what's medication?
Do you take pills? Do you take pills?
Oh, I don't think I've ever taken a pill before.
Okay.
Right, I haven't. But...
What about your other siblings? Do they ever go outside?
Okay. Mother treats them right. They're like, they go out every day when she goes out, but she takes turns sometimes. It's 2 right now. But when was 1, was crying, and mother from her head with a pencil, and she just turned 1. And we was like noticing stuff, like, we was like, did get amnesia? Because she started acting weird after that. And so,
So you don't go to school?
Right, I don't go to school.
Do your parents, do they let you go outside?
I've never, we don't even go in the backyard. But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done. I'm terrified. But I called because my 2 little sisters, they're chained up right now. And they...
Do you have pictures of that?
Yes, I can show you. I actually didn't have it, and then one of my sisters told me I need to get pictures. So see, here you can look at that. See, those are the places that make it on that, and that's. And see how dirty she is. We're so filthy. We don't take baths. We don't.
You would think, how is it that these kids aren't running away? How is it that they're this afraid to go outside or to seek help when you have someone who is that young and impressionable? You can, especially when you start at a very young age, the manipulation tactics that the parents use probably started occurring as newborns. You're able to trap the minds of a child all the way well into their adulthood using fear tactics, using manipulation, using coercion. There's so many things that they have at their disposal that they can use to trap, not only physically trap these kids, but mentally trap them as well.
Is there a cell phone number
No, that's
to this?
Oh, no.
Can I look at, do you have any other photos?
You might be able to see it. Yes, those are just photos of me. I have pictures and videos, but they're on my camera, and I have to, that would take forever.
Have you lived in other states?
Yeah, Texas.
Did they act like this when you lived in Texas?
They acted different. They actually banned all of their kids in a house, and they left us there for like 4 years, and then later they came back and picked us up. But they're living with us right now.
As the Texan neighbors of the family would later report, the family, who'd moved to Texas in the late 90s, kept entirely to themselves until a decade later, when they apparently fled in the middle of the night without a word of explanation. When neighbors went over to the mobile home to check on the dogs that had been abandoned there, they were shocked and horrified by what they saw. The dogs had apparently been found surviving off the used diapers left amid the other trash and feces left in the home, and the doors and refrigerator all bore padlocks and frayed ropes tied to the multiple bare bunk beds. It would later come out that this was where the Turpins had abandoned all but 2 of their children for at least 3 years, while they themselves lived in an apartment nearby, only coming by once a week to drop off a small amount of food.
Sometimes we live in filth, and sometimes I wake up and I can't breathe because how dirty the house is. We never take baths. I don't know if we need to go to the doctor, but sometimes we think stuff might be wrong with us, and we tell Mother, and she just says, go on.
When was the last time you had a bath?
I don't know, almost a year ago.
What if I went to your parents' house right now? What would they...
This girl says she hasn't taken a bath in almost a year. She's a girl. Oh my God. This is hurt. This is hurting me, y'all, to listen to this. This as an empath, man. Like I'm putting myself in her shoes, even though I will never, ever be able to understand what it is that her and her siblings went through or going through. Still, just being able to hear this, I feel like I can put myself there, especially as someone who was once sheltered himself. It wasn't nowhere near to this degree, but there are still aspects to her story that I experienced to a certain level. My God. Man, this hurts to hear.
I don't know, almost a year ago.
What if I went to your parents' house right now? What would they tell me?
I'd be terrified. If you went to my parents' house, they couldn't see me.
How did your sisters get like this?
Okay.
Your parents chained them up?
Yes, because they stole food.
Okay.
But they stole it because they were hungry.
You make sure to save these, okay?
Okay, I will.
Don't get rid of those.
I will. I won't. Yes.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Take a seat in the back of my car?
Yes.
We're going to go around the corner, okay?
Okay.
And take a seat back here, okay?
By this point, the deputy's heard enough. He radios for backup and escorts Jordan to the police car to be driven to the family home. He reassures her she doesn't have to see her parents. On the way over to the house, Deputy Kalachi asks Jordan a few more questions.
Do you have any injuries?
What's injuries?
Are you hurt?
Oh, no, not right now.
Okay.
I pray that this officer isn't thinking that this girl has some sort of mental health issues or needs to be on some sort of medication, but listening to her, because she doesn't sound like a normal child. She sounds like what you would expect a child that was sheltered and abused to sound like her entire life. Sheltered and abused her entire life to sound like. My God.
Are your parents sleeping?
No, I think they're up. They probably noticed me missing.
Have you ever tried to escape before?
Yes, I have. How much would it cost to take me to Nevada? Nevada? No, not Las Vegas, just Nevada. Just the border, just at the very beginning of Nevada. Yeah. How much would it cost? Huh? No. No, I'm 18. Okay, a couple hundred? I'm not going. I'll take a bus. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
And what happens when you try to?
My parents never caught me. But my older sister has run away, and she caught her. And she was, I think, just turned 20.
Yeah.
And her sister caught her and brought her back home, and she got in so much trouble.
Has anybody ever been to your house before to check on your welfare?
Like
have any of your other siblings called the cops?
No. Yeah. Some of them have wanted to, but they're too terrified.
Did you call the police?
I didn't have a way to get a phone yet. This is the first chance I got this phone back. Like, I got this phone probably, like, less than a month ago. But the next chance I got to call and run away was...
How did you get a phone?
Okay, it's my brother's phone. He was going to throw it away, and it wasn't used. And so I needed a way to call 911, and I asked my sister, would that be okay? And because we don't know much, and so... And
why don't you know much?
Older sister.
Why don't you know much?
We don't go around. Our parents never tell us things. When we hear stuff, we're shocked. It took forever for us to figure out what our parents does is against the law. We took forever.
And even the 29-year-old doesn't know this?
Okay, the 29-year-old does. She knew it for a long time, but I think she's...
Y'all, I'm fighting. I'm fighting the tears over here because, like the girl said, and it makes perfect sense, it took them a long, long time to figure out that what their parents were doing were wrong. I went through this myself. And they said, even a 29-year-old, hell, I was 28 years old. My mom sheltered me all the way up to the point I was 28 years old. Not only did she have me physically, she had me mentally too. And at 28 years old, I went to my mom and I was like, I'm leaving. I have nowhere to go, but I can't be here anymore. I don't want to get too deep into that because if y'all know the story, y'all know the story. But like I said, hearing this and hearing the similarities, it just makes me feel that more deeply for every last one of these kids. My God, this is heartbreaking.
Sister, 29-year-old Jennifer Turpin, had in fact tried to escape once when the Turpin family lived in Texas, but without any form of education or identification, she was eventually forced to return home, where she was promptly punished.
Is there a phone number to that phone?
I don't think there is.
How did you call 911?
Well, you can call 911.
Oh.
I'm sure any phone that, even if it's not connected to 911, you can call 911.
So your parents, you're 17 years old?
Yes.
And throughout your whole life, you've never gone to school?
Right. I started first grade 2015 or 2016.
Uh-huh.
But,
How did you start first grade? Oh, in homeschool?
yes.
And you've never gone to school?
Right.
What else do your parents do to you guys?
Oh, my brother's chained up too right now.
Why did you decide to leave today?
It was the next chance I got that I could film.
How did you get a chance to get out?
Well, I was actually terrified. My mother was in the kitchen talking to the older ones, and she was laughing and stuff. And I was terrified, but she just got real mad. She just like was doing stuff to my little sister, and I was just like, and she started saying that she was gonna just do stuff to us, and so I was just so scared, and I just left. I just went out the window. I don't.
So when you left right now, you left out the window?
Yes.
And your mom was awake when
Yeah,
she was in the other room?
Yeah.
Does your dad have a gun? Are there any weapons in the house?
Yes, but they don't use it.
How long have your mom and dad been married?
I don't know, probably 20, I don't know. She got married when she was 16.
Jordan is referring to her mother, 49-year-old Louise Turpin. According to both of Louise's sisters, Louise essentially ran away from home with the then 23-year-old David when she was only 16. David was from a highly respected and influential family in their hometown, and it was for this reason that Louise's parents gave their blessing for the two to get officially married.
Yes.
So all kids have the same mom and dad?
Yes.
According to David's parents, the reason he and Louise had so many children was down to them both being deeply religious in the Pentecostal faith, though the couple didn't attend a church or even have one near their home.
Does your mom take you to the doctor?
Not all the time. There was one time we all went to the doctor, and that's because we were sick, and the doctor told us that if we were one day later, it would have been too late. She always waits for the last minute for everything.
Have the police ever got involved with this?
No.
Well, why don't you guys just leave the house?
Because we're terrified. We don't really have a way. Everyone's always looking. There's always somebody.
Well, you said your mom's always gone, right?
Right.
Well,
But
why don't you just leave?
either she leaves one of the older ones there, and our house, it makes a beeping noise.
This beeping noise was actually just the low battery sound from the smoke detectors in the Turpin's home.
So mom and dad was making it seem as though the beeping noise, which was the smoke detector, was some sort of surveillance that was watching the kids at all time to make sure that they didn't leave the house, as if somebody was just outside the house that will assure that they don't go anywhere. Oh my God, these poor babies. Oh my God, these poor babies. Oh my God. Their parents need to rot in jail. Rot. Put them under the jail. Put them under the jail. My God.
Jordan is under the impression that this was a signal from some sort of security system. At this point, the other officers pull up to the scene and Deputy Kalachi steps out of the car to direct them. It's now 7 a.m. and the sun has started to rise on this cool January morning when they approach the front door and knock loudly for a couple minutes.
Hi. Hi. Sorry to bug you.
How you guys doing?
Good.
We got a call for a check the welfare here at your house. So
For what?
check the welfare. So just basically check on everybody, make sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, why?
Do you guys have kids in the house?
Yes.
Okay, do you mind if we come in and just take a look, make sure everybody's safe and everything's okay?
Okay, what kind of call did you get?
Well, we got a call that there was a young female walking around saying that she came from a house over here. We were able to find out that this was a house, and we just wanted to check and make sure everybody was okay.
Look at them two, the mom and dad over there looking bewildered, like they're shocked and surprised that somebody called and like, what's going on? Like, what do you mean? Welfare check? What's that? No. Y'all don't know what to do right now because y'all are caught. The gig is up.
A house over here. We were able to find out that this was a house, and we just wanted to check and make sure everybody was okay.
Think she came from here?
That's what she said.
From inside this house?
I think so. Otherwise, we wouldn't be knocking on your door
Did
a
she say
Sunday.
her name?
I don't know. Did she say her name?
I don't know offhand, but we
don't
need to
know.
check.
We just need to check and make sure everybody's okay.
You'll notice the officers are careful not to mention Jordan by name, to not implicate her to her parents' faces.
Once we get in, make sure everything's okay. We'll get out of your
We
hair.
have a lot where we're packing.
Okay,
We're getting
that's
ready
fine,
to
that's fine.
move.
No
So
worries.
it's a mess in here, so.
All right, that's fine.
We don't mind messes. We've been
But
in
I
worse.
mean,
How you doing, sir? Okay.
We were just in bed. I mean, like.
Okay.
So most people are right now, so we expect you guys to be in bed.
Okay.
And no weapons in the house or anything like that?
No.
I do have a gun. It's locked up.
Okay, locked up is good. We like that.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're gonna come in and check, okay? We just wanna make sure everybody's okay.
Well, do you have a search warrant or anything? Or
No.
we don't need one, sir?
As the officers prepare to carry out a warrantless search of the premises, they have determined there are exigent circumstances surrounding the current situation.
I'm sure he do got that gun locked up, because if he didn't, I bet you one of them kids would use it on both the mom and the dad. Not to say that it's right, but hell, is it wrong?
Determined there are exigent circumstances surrounding the current situation. Courts will typically look at the time when officers make the warrantless search or seizure to evaluate whether, at that point in time, a reasonable officer at the scene would have believed it was urgent to act and impractical to secure a warrant. Courts may also consider whether the facts suggested that the suspect was armed and planning to escape, whether a reasonable police officer would believe their safety or others' safety was threatened, and whether there was a serious crime involved. Police in hot pursuit of a fleeing criminal may also make use of the exigent circumstances exception. As officers push their way past the corpulent door jamb that is David and ease their way into the large open home, they're shocked and horrified by what greets them. Every inch of the 2,388 square foot house's floor is covered in mounds of rotting food and moldering trash, while the powerful stench of human waste hangs in the humid air. Strangely, there also seems to be several dozen unopened boxes and packages of children's toys and brand new children's clothing complete with tags seen peeking out of the monstrous piles of garbage.
All right, well, like I said, sorry to bug you guys, but we just got this call. All we do is we just check and make sure everybody's okay. And
You got a call?
yeah, we got a call from, I'm not sure if it was the young girl that left or if it was a neighbor that saw her walking around the street. So we'll get to the bottom of it. As soon as we make sure everybody's okay, then we'll decide, we'll figure out if maybe she was one of your kids that wandered away. How many kids do you have?
13.
13 total?
Yeah.
Woo! You guys are busy.
Yeah.
Officers head to the back of the house to the children's bedrooms, 2 tiny back rooms, the first crammed with narrow bunk beds, but otherwise empty, and the second, which is crammed with both bunk beds and a filthy mattress, which is sitting on the floor with 2 little girls sitting listlessly on top.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, girls. Can I see your wrist? Yeah.
Which one?
Okay.
Yo, you notice how the little girl sounds exactly like her 17-year-old sister? They sound exactly the same. Man, these babies. Oh my God, I hope they're okay now. I pray that they are okay now. Man.
The officers believe they found the room featured in Jordan's phone pictures, but there's only one thing missing: the actual chains. The children, obviously frightened and wary of the strangers, give no answers, though eventually one does point them surreptitiously to a sliding closet door. Meanwhile, Officer Ogden is still by the door with David and Luis, distracting them with questions and small talk.
Where are you guys planning on moving to?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
That's a long way away.
Yeah, it is.
You guys know family over there or anything like that?
No, my job's moving.
Oh, okay. What do you do for work?
I'm an engineer.
Finally, as his eyes have adjusted to the gloom, Officer Ogden notices something to his left and suddenly realizes David Turpin may have had a reason to be awkwardly standing in that particular spot in the entryway.
Is this another bedroom back here? Yeah. You got another couple kiddos asleep there?
Yeah.
Sarge, you got another room in the front right here with 2 kiddos in the bed.
Officers enter the previously unnoticed third bedroom, where they find a boy who is chained by his wrists and ankles to the top bunk bed. Back in the girls' room, Officer Rodriguez slides open the closet door and looks inside.
All right. All right, let's just go ahead and detain the parents at this point.
Ma'am, why don't you step over here for a minute?
Okay.
Where? Okay, with you. And sir, step over here for a second.
Yeah.
Just step over with my partner here for a second. You got any weapons on you?
No.
Turn around real quick, I'm gonna check you out. Do me a favor, face that window over here.
Over this way?
Yep.
All right, sir. Go ahead. I'm gonna have you turn over here. We're gonna walk outside. All right.
Can I get my house shoes?
Where's your shoes at?
They're, Luis, you know if they're in the...
We'll have to find them for right now. Let's just walk out and we'll get you something. All right.
Y'all notice how the house looked like it can be a nice house, right? It like they decorated it nicely. It looked like if it was just kept, that it would be a home, a nice, comfortable home to live in. But they just let that place go to shit. Deliberately, intentionally. Like every other home they lived in.
All right. Well, we got the other stuff we're dealing with, and we'll try to find you them. Okay.
You don't have any weapons on you.
Nothing hidden in the bra or anything. Okay, just making sure because we have some people that do that, so we just want to make sure.
Like I said, I've never been in trouble.
Okay.
This is a first for me. And,
Okay. Well,
I don't understand.
I'll explain everything as
That's
soon
fine.
as we make sure everybody's safe. Okay. Now let me ask you
Yes.
quickly: are there keys to the little locks?
Yes.
Okay. Where are they?
My son and daughter can get them.
Okay.
That's
so
in the house.
the ones that are in the house, they know where they are.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Is that what this is about?
Well, that's part of it. Yeah, definitely. We need to make sure that the kids are safe and that they're not
Okay.
tied up.
I know,
So,
that's understandable, but I can
hey,
explain that.
this is mine, so go ahead and put her in that one.
While the parents are being detained, officers still inside the house begin a desperate search to find the key to free the chained child.
Does it work on his?
I know. The other one, that's what I was saying. The other one is in there. It looks different than that, but it's the same size.
It's in the drawer?
It's in the drawer that I was in.
And finally, the young boy is freed. All 13 of the Turpin children were immediately taken to the hospital to receive treatment for their severe malnutrition and other injuries. Their ages were officially determined, and though all had the overall appearance of children under 18, more than half of them, in fact, were actually adults between the ages of 18 and 29. The 28-year-old weighed only 82 pounds at the time of rescue, and all of the children suffered cognitive impairment and nerve damage from the consistent lack of food. And
the 28-year-old only weighed 82 pounds. All of the kids, although most of them over the age of 18, all appeared to be under the age of 18. Those poor babies. My God. Like I said, put them under the jail. Put them underneath that mofo.
Investigators would learn that food was something the children were psychologically tormented with, as the parents would buy large food items, such as whole pies, then leave them out for the children to look at, but not eat. As it turns out, the unopened toys investigators saw around the house on the day of the rescue were bought for the very same reason. Investigators would also discover that none of the children were educated, and indeed, none would claim to have knowledge beyond that of an average third grader. David Turpin had filed documents with the county claiming he was running a school out of his home for children, but this was later proved to be completely false. The most they did was inform the children as to what grade they were supposed to be in, on the off chance a stranger asked them during one of their few ventures outside. With the oldest daughter, Jennifer, explaining, they loved to point out things in Deuteronomy, saying that, "We have the right to do this to you. I was afraid to do one little thing wrong." When interrogated by authorities, both parents were completely unwilling or unable to come up with a single viable reason for why they treated their children this way. And Louise even seemed confused by the questioning. She later...
So they use that whole tactic that some people use, some parents use. You're my child, so I get to tell you what to do and do with you as I please. I'm very, very familiar with that. But the officers or the police said that the wife was confused by what's going on. Maybe this was the husband's doing. Maybe he's the reason why all of this is the way it is, and that he was able to first do this to the wife because the kids are, what, the oldest being 30. He got her when she was 16 and he was 23. He probably manipulated her. And in turn, she grew up, had kids that she was able to do the same thing to because it was done to her. My goodness.
She later wrote this letter to her children from her jail cell. It reads, "Father and I love you so much. We're so sorry for everything we've done wrong, and now realize that we had done some things wrong. Things will be so different in the future. The way you eat and outside time and baths will be done more regularly. I'm sorry this had to happen, but our future as a family will be so much better and stronger. We hope to see you guys soon. Love and kisses, Mom and Dad. I promise there will be no chains in the house again. That would never happen again. I'm so sorry. I love you so much and hope to see you soon." David had something different to say. In a statement to the court, "Your Honor, I thank God for all of my children. Each one of them is a blessing from God. My homeschooling and discipline had good intentions. I never intended for any harm to come to my children. I'm sorry if I've done anything to cause them harm. I'm glad that we were able to resolve this case without my children being forced to testify. I love my children and I believe my children love me. I hope and pray that my children can stay close to each other and look out for each other since their mother and father cannot be there for them and with them. I hope the very best for my children in their future." When it came time for the children to give statements to the courts, one defended her parents. Joy Turpin, 21 at the time, had this to say, "I want the court to know that our parents loved each other and loved each of their children. They felt that God blessed them with all their children, so they kept away from the world and trusted God would guide them through life. Through the years, things became more and more overwhelming, but they kept trusting in God. I remember our mother sitting in her recliner and crying, saying she don't know what to do. She didn't want to use rope or chains, but she was afraid her children were taking in too much sugar and caffeine. Our parents didn't know we were malnourished."
I'm sorry, but this doesn't seem like they were being led by God, but by the devil disguising himself as God, claiming to be their God, because only the devil would have someone do this to people. Only the devil. God wouldn't lead you this way. My goodness.
Our parents decided to start homeschooling all their children. I believe our parents were afraid to put us in public school for many reasons. I feel like 25 years is too long of a sentence. I believe with all my heart that our parents tried their best to raise all 13 of us, and they wanted to give us a good life. The oldest child, Jennifer, gave a statement that seems much more in line with the other children who gave interviews to the press. "I'm in college now and living independently. I love hanging out with my friends, and life is great. I believe everything happens for a reason. Life may have been bad, but it made me strong. I fought to become the person I am. I saw my dad change my mom. They almost changed me, but I realized what was happening. I immediately did what I could to not become like that. I'm a fighter, I'm strong, and I'm shooting through life like a rocket." In April 2019, David and Louise Turpin were both sentenced to 25 years to life in prison, where they remain to this day. As for the Turpin children, once their parents were arrested, they were split into two groups, with the adults being placed in supportive care and the underage children being placed into foster homes. This should have been where their story ended, as the children were now free and should have been safely on the road to recovery. But
let me guess, the organizations that were put into place to help these victims, both the younger and the older, failed them. Because that's what I would expect. Because unfortunately, these organizations, these child protective services, these adult protective services, a lot of times they're a cash grab. A lot of times the people that they hire or the people that operate and run these organizations are abusers and manipulators themselves. But let me stop. Let's just hear it.
But unfortunately, in 2022, the 6 younger Turpin children filed a lawsuit against both Riverside County and ChildNet, a private foster care agency, alleging that they were knowingly placed in inhumane foster homes. At the time of this video, a resolution to this lawsuit has not been made. The adult Turpin children didn't entirely escape hardship at the hands of the county either. Tons of support flowed in from all over the country after their 2018 rescue, with money from the donations alone totaling $600,000. However, the money was placed in a trust and the children were allegedly unable to obtain funds from the court-appointed guardian of the trust upon request. It wasn't until ABC's 2020 investigated and aired a special on the case that, according to Jordan, people started listening and doing their jobs, and the money was distributed to the Turpin children.
See, I told you all, it was just as I suspected, that those organizations failed them. It wasn't until it was televised that something was actually done to help those kids, and they deserved it. They deserved it. They didn't deserve for the outside world to do them as dirty as their parents did them. They should make a movie about this case, this story, and it should be a horror movie. I think it will make for a really good horror movie, even though it's a tragedy what occurred. Wish it didn't occur, but they should definitely make a movie out of this. I pray that every last one of them are doing well today and that they're not too traumatized, even though the thoughts, the memories will always be in their head. Rather it's in the back or the forefront, it's always going to be there. But I hope and pray that they are well enough now to where they are at least normal, happy, healthy, productive citizens. Leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. And I'm going to catch you all in the next one. See ya.